It's going to happen. Post price appreciation, just like Ethereum and a lot of these other projects, there's going to be a flood of people that come to this ecosystem to build applications and ways to generate additional value using the asset. If you sell it before that happens, you're going to be like David Schwartz selling your, 40,000 Ethereum to put a roof on your house at $1. And again, I'm not trying to dissuade people or from taking profits. You never go broke taking profits. One of the people earlier said, I just want to take my original investment back out. Cool. I think that's a great way to go about it. Now you've completely de-risked from your position and you're playing with house money. Okay. Or you might have other cash flow assets or other businesses or other things that you want to do that are going to generate outsized returns with the cash off of the XRP. Cool. I get that. I would argue that this is going to be the most lucrative asset over the long term that you could possibly hold. And that's why I think banks and institutions, and the BIS in particular, is going to designate it a tier 1 asset. And once they do that, these banks are going to want to make money on their XRP. They're not going to want it to sit idle all the time. They want to be able to leverage it, just like they do their cash and other assets on their balance sheet. So they're going to be incentivized to fund DeFi applications and development on chain on the XRPL. The amount of people that are going to be working on this chain from an institutional development standpoint is going to be absurd post price appreciation. But it's going to take a little bit of time for all that to get up to scale. We've already seen Flare, we've already seen Doppler, we've already seen Midas, we've already seen us. There's some other people that are building out applications, not necessarily in an institutional manner, but in a DeFi capacity that I think will eventually get rolled into an institutional manner over the long term. We want to be that bridge. Digital Wealth Partners wants to be the conduit that all that happens through and what allows retail or high net worth individuals holding large amounts of digital assets to get access to these institutional products. So again, not trying to dissuade people from taking profits. You have your exit strategy and your goals and whatever plan you've put in place, execute that. At least you have a plan. But when it comes down to it, I won't be selling any. I would much rather borrow against it. It's going to be cheaper on the taxes. Japan just implemented a flat tax of 20% across all crypto gains. I don't know that we're going to get that here in the US. The US may say, no capital gains tax on crypto. That's going to incentivize a lot of people to sell their crypto. But again, what's the cost to benefit? If you're missing out on those long-term gains just to save on the taxes, like you don't think XRP is going to go up another 20% in a year? I do. I think there's going to be applications and things where you can put your XRP to work to generate an additional 20% per year in cash from your XRP. We have some of those products in the pipeline. So anyway, beating a dead horse